Hi, my name is Lauren, and the problem I'm doing today is number 38. So it gives you a grindstone, it gives you the torque of 25 Newton meters, the inertia of 0.13 kilogram meters squared, and your revolutions is 15 revolutions or 30 pi radians. And we're trying to find is the angular velocity after the 15 revolutions. And so this is the diagram that I made. They give you a formula, which is the angular velocity net equals force times displacement equals 1/2 m, or v squared equals 1/2 m or v initial squared. And so it tells you that that also has a counterpart of rotational. There's a rotational counterpart which is applicable for our question, which is the angular velocity net equals torque times the angular displacement equals 1/2 moment of inertia times angular velocity final squared minus 1/2 moment of inertia angular velocity initial squared. And so what I did was, all I did was just plug in all of the givens. And so the reason why we can just automatically plug it in to this formula is because this is just, it's only rotational kinetic energy, not translational kinetic energy. So as we learned in class, we have to use the sum of the energies are constant, which means that the energy initially is the same as the energy final. However, we only have rotational kinetic energy because it's a grindstone, and the grindstone just turns upon itself. It goes like this, which means that there's not going to be any translational kinetic energy, which means we can use this formula in its entirety. So we now know that the angular velocity net equals 25 Newton meters, that's our torque that's given to us, times 30 pi radians, which is the angular displacement given to us, equals 1/2 the moment of inertia, which is 0.13 kilogram meters squared, times the final velocity of the angular velocity squared minus 0, because the initial, the Wi here is 0, or the velocity initial is 0. And so when you solve that out, all you do is just isolate the angular velocity squared, and then you get the angular velocity final squared after you square root it is 190.39 radians per second, which is your final angular velocity after the 15 revolutions or 30 pi radians.